But speaking of records, I got my second overreaction, which is Vikings related, which will be if the Vikings win on Sunday over the Lions, they will get off to a 10-0 start this season. After facing the Lions on Sunday, the Vikings' next 4 games are Thursday night at the 1-win Rams, and then Sunday at noon in Week 9 against the Colts, who are 3-3. Then Sunday at noon at the Jaguars against the one-win Jaguars in Week 10, and then in Week 11, Sunday at noon at the 1-win Titans. So these 4 teams currently have a combined record of 6-16, and the Rams, Jaguars, and Titans only have 1 win this season. So, yeah, there's a chance for an upset, of course, the NFL at any given Sunday. But given how well the Vikings have played this season, there's no reason to think they can't defeat these 4 bad teams after playing the Lions on Sunday. But after facing the Titans in Week 11 is where things start to get a little tougher for the Vikings. In Week 12, they're at the Bears. Week 13, they're home for the Cardinals. Actually, wouldn't that? Week 14, they're home for the Falcons and some quarterback who used to play for the Vikings. Then Week 15, they're home for the Bears. And then Week 16, they're at the Seahawks.
It's called swag surfing, guys. It's so cool. Have you tried it?
So if the Vikings haven't lost a game by Week 12 after playing the Titans, I think there's a good chance the Vikings will lose. They'll suffer their first loss at some point between Week 12 and Week 16. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll continue to remain undefeated. But I think if we're trying to stay somewhat realistic, I think they're going to eventually suffer a loss this season. And if it doesn't happen Sunday, I think it'll likely happen in that 5-game span between Week 12 and Week 16.
Sorry, my chair couldn't handle the swag surfing when I was there. It started going down. I'm like, I better fix this before.
It's too crazy.
It's so funny to see that stuff from afar because you just know. It's like when Kirk
he's great.
Yeah, it's like
that's a good guy.
Oh, he wears chains around his neck, and oh yeah, he's doing Justin Jefferson's dance after a meaningless touchdown in a meaningless game against Detroit, and here he is swag surfing, just like. Bottom is coming out.
You knew he was going to pick that up. You knew.
Oh yeah, like it's just I don't
know.
Then
did you see where he did like an interview in a Waffle House parking lot after that? That was an overtime game against the Bucks last week.
Was Jey Uso there?
No.
Jey Uso loves waffle.
Yeet? No, he was not there.
Yeet. Sorry.
No, you're not.
There's like 20 that's cringe, bro. Like, why is this 38-year-old yeeting on a Vikings?
Listen, Jey Uso's in his 40s.
Yeah.
So,
but he looks cool when he does it.
He does.
Yes.
I think he's in his 40s.
Just yeeting everywhere. I don't know what. I went on a Kirk Cousins thing.
I predicted the Vikings to go 10-0 if they beat the Lions on Sunday.
Well, like you said, you get the Rams, not good. The Colts at home should be a win. Then you have a 3-game road trip at Jaguars, at Titans, at Bears, home against the Cardinals. If you take out the Bears, those opponents are combined 8-20 this season. And I might just go to my next take if you don't mind, or overreaction, I guess. Sunday's game could decide home field advantage in the NFC because the Lions still have to play the Packers twice. They have to play the Texans, they have to play the Bills, and they have to play the 49ers. And oh, by the way, they still have to play the Vikings twice. I know I sound like I'm in who gonna stop them mode, but that's exactly how I'm feeling about this team right now. If they get a win over the Lions, I mean, what you said, 10-0, so win would make them 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, and going into the Bears game at Soldier Field. Here's the thing about the Bears, too.
They haven't beaten anybody.
Like they're beating the bad teams, and that's like half the job of a good team is to beat bad ones. But I mean, I also look at this team and man, Jacksonville. I mean, hopefully Tony Khan didn't burn too much of his dad's money because they're going to need to fire Doug Peterson pretty quick.
Yeah, he's not coming back on the plane after next week, especially because I think the Patriots are going to beat the Jaguars. Drake May back there, he looked pretty good against the Texans, but the Texans are just way better. I'm trying to think of a game where the Vikings might slip up in that stretch between like the Rams and the Titans. I could see the Rams just because it's a short week and McVay, and O'Connell and stuff like that. But even then, the Rams their defense is not good this year. That game will be indoors. Sam Darnold will be going home because he's from that side of the country as well. And to be fair, the Titans do actually have a really good defense. I think that was part of the reason why the game was so boring on Sunday, just because their defense is really good. But Will Levis might be the worst quarterback in the NFL.
He's the walking meme machine.
It's a fight between him and Deshaun Watson. They're terrible.